and welcome back to my channel. I'm Leah Renee, and this is Drab to Fab Lifestyle, where we transform our lives from drab to fab. Today we're going to be bringing a Manifestation Mondays, okay? One of my favorite days of the week. Mondays are the start of your week. They kickstart your week off right, and we are so blessed that today is Monday, but it's also a new moon, okay? So we're gonna get some of that new moon action in today. So make sure before you go to bed, you plant your what? Petitions, okay? Which brings me to the title of today's video. We are going to be doing Manifestation Mondays, obviously, but we are going to be specifically talking about scripting, petitions, visualization, and binaural beats. Now, the reason why I grouped them all together is basically because they all work hand in hand. Now, if I was to do a separate video, that would be pretty redundant because I would still have to speak about one of the previous ones, okay? So, again, that is scripting, petitions, visualization, and binaural beats, okay? So, we're going to really get into it. I'm not sure how long this video will be, but we're just gonna go with the flow as usual, and I'm going to bring you as much information as possible to help manifest your dream life using the law of attraction, okay? So enjoy this little intro, and I will be back. Okay, love y'all. Okay, what are our definitions? Because you know we gotta have our little definitions at the beginning, because I really truly hate when somebody is trying to give information and they don't give me no definitions. Like, give me some background, like give me some 411. Okay, so that's what I'm about to give you. Okay, so what is scripting? Scripting is basically exactly what it sounds like. Scripting. You're writing down, okay? Now, with scripting, you're also visualizing. So that's why they work hand in hand. But they are technically two different actions or two different adjectives. You're writing and you're visualizing. So as you are writing, you need to be visualizing. I'm sorry about the news and the noise in the background. I live in LA, and that's just what goes on, okay? So it might go in and out. Hopefully it's not too bad. Anyway, so yes, scripting and visualization, they work hand in hand. Now, petitions. Petitions are similar to scripting in that you are writing, okay? And you are still visualizing what you want. However, with the petition portion, this is the basically petition to the universe, the petition to the creator for what you want and what you desire, okay? Now, with petitions, you actually use a different paper, a different notebook, different everything that I'm actually going to discuss here in just a little bit. And yeah, so they're different, okay? Now, binaural beats. Now, binaural beats are basically beats that you would play that could either have affirmations over them, or they're literally just the beats, okay? As we know, we are all energy, and energy, we vibe together, and sounds and music and beats, they really help take your vibrational frequency to another level. And when you are in the level of receiving, then it's time to manifest, okay? So get you some binaural beats to take you up higher, okay? So, without further ado, how do you do this situation, okay? How do you script? How do you write a petition? How do you use binaural beats? How do you visualize, okay? Visualization. Now, I'm going to do a separate video on vision boards, okay? Because that also goes hand in hand with visualization. But when it comes to vision boarding, I need to go a little in depth into it, and I want to show you guys my vision wall and all of those things. But I think that should be a separate video because, like I said, a lot of times people don't really know a lot about vision walls and vision boarding, okay? But when you visualize, you can close your eyes, or you can even just sit there and, like right now, I can see things in my head. Like I can see things, I don't know, it's really weird, okay, how it sounds, but you're always visualizing. My third eye is always open, okay? You are dreaming when you're asleep, and it's like literally so much to really comprehend that I don't really want to discuss in this video because that's not what we're here for. But basically, when you are visualizing, you are conceiving the thought, okay? You see what you want, okay? You feel it. You see how you look doing it. Like if you want a car, girl, think about yourself driving down the streets of your city in that car, flipping your hair. How you gonna feel when you are driving this car? That is what visualization is all about. And when it comes to scripting, when you script, now you should literally script morning and night, or just morning. At least morning, okay? If you don't have the time to do morning and night, I know sometimes when you go to bed, it's very difficult to have a sleep routine sometimes, because sometimes by the time the day is over, you're ready to go to sleep. But before you go to sleep, I will advise you to turn off all your TVs and play binaural beats while you're sleeping, so that when you wake up, money will be flowing to you, okay? I will suggest that hands down, okay? Now, when it comes to scripting, you want to make sure that you have a notebook and a pen. Now, this notebook and this pen, I learned this little tool from Annihilator, I think that's her name, in terms of being specific with your notebooks. Now, I had already been that way, but in terms of the pen itself, I hadn't necessarily done it separately. I've always had separate notebooks, and I wouldn't write anything other than my scripting in my notebook, but I did use I used that pen to write on multiple things. One thing that I have learned recently is that using this particular pen only for my scripting, it allows the pen and the paper to be in a relationship. It's like they love each other, they're one, and so when you write, when pen comes to paper, it becomes a reality. I mean, you know, I don't really know how I know these things, a lot of these things lately, but they just come. So that's what I know. So basically, for your petitions, okay, now you could write a little note in the beginning if you like. You need to, I don't know if you guys can see because I'm so far away, but you need to have lines on it, okay? You need to have lines on it, but you also need to write from the top to the bottom. Now, when you write from the top to the bottom, even if you write, like say this first day I wrote 2 pages, I need to figure out how I'm going to stretch it out to the bottom, just because you want to fill this whole thing up. And what's going to happen is when you look back and you start reading some of your scripting journals, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, that happened, and that happened, and that happened, oh, and that happened too. You feel me? So it might not happen right then and there, but as we know, time does not exist. So it doesn't matter when it happens, it's going to happen because you know what you know, what you know, what you know. Okay? So, yeah. So, yes. top to bottom, and basically you can write your highs, your lows. You can write what you wish to manifest tomorrow. You can write down literally whatever universe or your subconscious leads you to write. Okay, then you set it aside and go to sleep or whatever. Okay, so I'm trying to get in the habit of writing in night and day, but I do know for a fact that when I wake up and I do my morning meditations, I write in my notebook, and I play my Lakshmi meditation, and yeah, in the evening time, I make sure that while I'm getting ready to go to bed, that I play my binaural beats. Now, while I'm writing in my journal, I do play binaural beats, so that I can get in the zone, and so things and information will just flow to me as I'm writing. And so when it's like a sense of silence, but it's not really silence, obviously, because there is sound, but it centers me. So it's a really good way to take my vibrations to another level, and I'm sure it will help for you. In terms of petitions, now on petitions, you would get a piece of white paper. I'm not going to get out of the, I forgot to bring it over here, so I'm not going to get out of the frame. But basically you get a piece of white paper. They have sketch pads that you can purchase. The same paper that we talked about when you write your sigils. You would get a sketch pad, and you would take that sketch pad and you would rip the edges off of the sketch pad and off the piece of paper as you write your petition. And as you write your petition, you literally write and you say, dear Creator, dear God, thank you for this and that, and you show gratitude first. Then you ask for what you want, okay? Now, after you ask for what you want, you have to remember it's already done, okay? A thought conceived is a thought that just is waiting to be a reality. I posted that earlier today. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I really did. A lot of the stuff that comes to me, I enjoy because it's like a reminder for me, like, girl, get it together. You are chosen, okay? And when I receive downloads, I'm going to give it to y'all because obviously I'm not out here by myself with some of these thoughts, okay? There are literally multiple ways to write a petition, okay? Now, this was the really kind of a long one. Scripting is pretty self-explanatory. You need to write down everything that you want, how you feel having it, visualize it, close your eyes, play your binaural beats, okay? All those are pretty much working hand in hand. In terms of petitions, now, I think I might do a part 2 of this because petitions can get, the wording can get a little difficult for people, but not really. So I'm going to try to fit it in this video, you know, I can. So like I said, you rip out the edges and you literally write down what you want. Now, after you get done writing this petition, you fold it towards yourself, okay? For different people, it does different things, okay? Now, you can go out there and look up some of the petition magic videos that you might need to research, but for the sake of just a petition, you would fold it to yourself between 3, 5, and 7 times, okay? 3, 5, or 7, okay? 7 is the number of completion. 5 just tends to be a very powerful number, and 3 is charm. Okay, so 3, 5, and 7 is what I would suggest in terms of how many times you would fold it to you. You always fold things to you when you want to receive. Okay, fold to you when you want to receive it. Okay, so you would fold it to you, and either you would put it under your as your altar, or you can post it on the wall. Like, you don't have to do everything that I do with any of these videos. I'm literally here to tell you what works for me, okay? Now, in terms of specifics to a T, if it's not in that particular video, don't hesitate to DM me, but there are certain things that just I don't need to do because I'm not a person who just teaches, how to do certain magic things completely. Like, there are certain videos on there that I personally learned on YouTube that can help you get the information and the knowledge you need to do the specific spells. And spells are basically petitions, okay? They're just petitions. Maybe, like I said, at some point in time within this manifestation, I will do a final money spell of some sort, so that I can show you guys specifically how to do that. In terms of this evening, for your new moon ritual, I would suggest that you would kind of combine a lot of the things that you have learned from me. That's pretty much what I do. You want to do as much energy as you can exert. Then the greater the reward, the larger the reward. Okay. The universe want to know how bad you want it. Okay. And when you show the universe how bad you want it, they will say, okay, it's time. It's time for her to have this, or it's time for him to have this. So exert as much energy as possible. So you want to get your incense. You want to make sure that you get your petition paper, you get your white candles, and you get everything that you need in terms of this Manifestation Mondays. And for this Manifestation Mondays, I specifically wanted to do the scripting and petitions and the binaural beats because of the new moon energy that could work really, really well. Now, some people are saying that the new moon was last night. Some people are saying it's today. Either way it goes, you can pretty much get this energy for the next week. The best days are going to be at the beginning, obviously, or the end, or the day after. Like, too far after is going to be like weaning off. But if you can do some of this stuff between tonight, tomorrow night, that'd be perfect for you and your manifestations. Okay. So I'm sorry to my East Coast followers. I'm not sure if you're going to catch this tonight, but for my West Coasters, you still got plenty of time to get that out there for that full moon energy tonight, okay? New moon, excuse me. New moon. Sorry. New moons are the best, okay? Full moons is, you coming to an end, But I love me some new moon energies, okay? So I think that's pretty much it. I'm going to add a picture. I'm not going to specifically do this, okay? But I'm going to add a picture here of a money drawing spell, okay? Now, I'm going to leave this up here as long as possible. This is a money drawing spell that basically will work with the petition that I had that I had spoke to you guys about on writing petitions. Now, also one more thing that I want to include on your petitions, make sure that you include your name and birthday, okay? Name and birthday. On a lot of these spells that you do, you want to make sure that you include your name and your birthday. Again, spells and words and things of that nature, they mean what you want them to mean. However, at the end of the day, it's just a petition to the universe to give you what you want, what you need, what you desire, so on and so forth, okay? So I have to give that disclaimer because I know that within our culture, we become so blinded by things that we were taught that was really just taught to us to control us. Because if we know these things, then we're all powerful, and if we're all powerful, then certain people can't be powerful. And it's a shame because we all got the birthright to be powerful out here, okay? There is infinite amount of resources, okay? It does not, the well don't run dry. It don't run dry, okay? There's plenty of money out here. There's plenty of men. There's plenty of women. There's plenty of food. There's plenty of everything, okay? People are just fearful because of ego, and so they think that, resources gonna dry. But that ain't how creator work, okay? Creator ain't put us here to fail, okay? So these things right here, hopefully they, I'm gonna wrap up here. Hopefully they help you manifest some things tonight, okay? I'm gonna get this edited as soon as possible and go ahead and get this up. So yeah, I really, 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 really hope this helps you guys. Like, I really do, because this is something that's really important in terms of manifesting. Scripting and visualization works so much, okay? Maybe on the next one, we'll go ahead and get into that vision boarding, since we are coming into the end of the year, and a lot of you guys have not started your vision boards or don't even know where to start. And I know a lot of times people need to, get themselves up and ready for stuff. So since we are coming into November next week, I probably go ahead and do that vision boarding. But we'll see how universe leads us to go. We still have quite a few other techniques that I use in terms of manifestations. So hope you guys come back. Enjoy your evening. I'm getting ready to eat my vegan foods. And yeah, I love you guys so much. And London is somewhere over there. He's going to say bye next time. So yeah, bye guys.